Okay, so based on the emotions that you just shared when you were watching that movie, if you could sit Mr. Neville in a room where he had to listen to you, he had no choice, he had to listen to you, what is the one thing you would ask him? And if you don't have a question, if you could sit him down and talk to him, and he would change his mind and his actions based on what your voice was, what you said, what would you tell him? Okay, how about Brianna? Why don't you lead us off, thanks.
Why would he do such a thing? I bet if he was taken away from his family, he would feel the same way as all the girls that were taken away from their family. It's just sad. I mean, why would someone want to do that? Not very nice. Elizabeth?
Thank you, Brianna. I think you said that perfectly. And I would just like to add to that. If I would be stuck in a room with him and ask him one question, I would ask, why would you do that? Even if that's what the Christian thing was supposed to do for men, like, why would you do that? If you had to get scrubbed down to try to be white, to think you're clever enough or smart enough, I think that's just wrong. Like, why would you do that? Like, it's terrible. So, yeah. Matthew. Thank you. Sorry, Matthew.
I just would ask him what went through his head. Just who told him what, like, to scrub people down and make them be white, and just because they're white, they're smart, you know. It's very mean, and I would say how disgusting he was. It's awful. Lisa.
Thank you, Matthew. I totally agree with you when you said that it was totally unfair when he had to scrub them down to be white and smart. But I'd also like to add that, and if I was stuck in a room with Mr. Neville, I would ask him, why do you think to do that? To know more than me, to why he would do all this horrible stuff. And try not to feel the way.
If I was stuck in a room with Mr. Neville, well, thank you, Alicia. If I was stuck in a room with Mr. Neville, I would ask him, why is he doing this? Because if he was black, he wouldn't like being taken away from his family and going to a shelter and trying to be scrubbed down to be white enough. He wouldn't feel good. He would feel horrible and disgusted. Olivia.
Thank you, Nick. I like what you said about how he's treating them very wrong. I would also like to add that black people should be treated the same, even though their skin is different, because, well, these three girls, they are being smarter than the trackers, and they're black, and they're just kids. They shouldn't be, like, washed down to see if your skin is light enough to go be a slave, and yeah, they're just really rude. Julia.
I'd also like to add, like, they are being treated differently, and they shouldn't be, like, doing that, since it doesn't matter if they're different color, and they should just leave them alone, keep them with their families, not being taken away.
David.
Thank you, Julia. What I would say to Mr. Neville is, how would you like it if I took you away from your parents, put you in a shelter, scrub you down as hard as I can to make you white? You wouldn't like it. Cheyenne.
I completely see, thank you, David. I completely see your thought. Could be possible. My thought's different slightly in that I think that if I had to sit down with Mr. Neville, I would ask, would you like to walk 1,200 miles in one pair of shoes? Nothing else, just one pair of shoes, same outfit, same clothes. for like a month or two. Trying to get home to your mom, your dad. I would say that disgusted me, and they were so dirty. Like, it was not funny. There was no point to watching this movie. Valtina.
Thank you, Cheyenne. I respect what you thought about that you said about that it is how would he feel. I actually felt a little differently in that if I was in a room with him, I would ask him, why does it matter what color they are or how they look? Brianna.
Thank you, Valentina. I like what you said about Mr. Neville and his opinion. I would also like to say that it really doesn't matter. We're all people, right? It's just heartbreaking. It's not like they're another creature or something. Aliens. Zeke.
Thank you, Brianna, about that response. I also want to say that it's not fair that they get taken away from their parents.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Zeke really quick. You guys had